Canvasback Wellness Center. It's such an amazing center, but it isn't just a building. It's far more because Canvasback reaches out across the atoll, across the islands to bring health to people. How do they do that? They train teams that actually go into the villages, take blood pressure, find people with diabetes, and really save their lives. Absolutely amazing stuff is going on here. Stay tuned. Jackie told me when we were in Madro, we just had to come to this cute little shop, and truly it is a gem. Matter of fact, the lady that owns the shop had cataract surgery with the Canvasback team. Now, look at these things. I mean, they're intricate, they're beautiful. The handicraft is absolutely marvelous. But follow me, I want to show you some more of, they're actually making things right here on site. Look at this. This is amazing how intricate. These ladies do a tremendous job. I wish we had time to watch them do everything. Look at this. Look at that work. That's the kind of thing she's doing right now. It's amazing. This lady over here, not sure who collects all the shells, but she's doing all the shell designs. Now you've got to tell me, what are you making?
I'm making a necklace.
Necklace. May I pick one up?
Yeah. This is magnet, and these are the shells we use for the metal.
Okay, okay. How long does it take you to make one of these?
5 minutes.
5 minutes. You can do it in 5 minutes. Wow. Can you show me how you start one of them?
Like, we make one right now.
Yeah, if you would, if you don't mind.
Start spreading.
How long have you done this?
3 months.
3 months. But this is, I take it, an age-old custom here in Madro area. What material is this made out of? Is that pandanus?
No, this is coconut fiber.
Coconut fiber.
Yeah.
The coconut is used for everything, isn't it?
Yes.
Got to show you one more thing. Look at these roses. How beautiful. There are so many things that the people of the islands do. I mean, their handicraft, their lives. They're such a colorful and wonderful people. There's more impact to come, so stay right here.
Kazumi was about 7 years old when she experienced ear infections in both ears. Her mother took her to the doctors, but they couldn't seem to clear up the infections. A couple of years passed and she began to lose some hearing. Her family saved up all the money they could and took her to another country looking for help. But all of the doctor's attempts failed. 2 more years passed, and Kazumi had lost most of her hearing. Her classmates tried to compensate by talking louder or standing in front of her directly so she could read their lips. Then a Canvasback ENT super team arrived and did surgery on both ears. Kazumi's hearing was restored. For almost 4 decades, Canvasback has been changing hearts and lives one miracle at a time. But your financial help is needed to keep this important work going. If you would like to volunteer or be a financial partner, log on to canvasback.org.
Tanner, good
Hi,
to
Jim.
meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Hey, thanks for inviting us over.
Anytime. Come on in. Let me show you around.
Sounds good, sounds good. Yeah, I want to hear all the good details. So yeah, give me the grand tour here.
Okay, so this is the Canvasback Wellness Center. We started in 2006 with a grant from Department of Interior to do a study on reversing diabetes in the Marshall Islands.
I got to stop you. Reversing diabetes. Our viewers are going to go crazy and say, you can't reverse diabetes, you got to take pills.
Well, that's the conventional thinking,
Okay.
all right? But we found that with diet and exercise, you can reverse diabetes.
This is proven.
This is
Science.
proven beyond a shadow of a doubt. Now, a lot of people will still, try and cast some doubt on that and say conventional medicine needs to be used. But basically, we've proven that you can change a lifestyle and reverse not only diabetes, but also hypertension, obesity, and a lot of the other non-communicable diseases that are out there.
And I noticed you're not just isolated someplace out here in the island, you're right with the hospital.
Yes, yeah, the hospital is literally right next door to the Wellness Center, which is very convenient for us because when we get patients over here, we can literally walk them over to the clinic and have them checked out and make sure they're okay, and then we can continue with the program. What we do is we do an intensive 2-week diabetes intervention program here. So intervention program is bringing in about 30 to 50 diabetic patients or pre-diabetes, and we teach them lifestyle change. We teach them how to eat healthy with the Wellness Center food. So
I
they
see, yeah,
eat.
you've got some good looking things here for breakfast
So
right now.
this is all diabetes-friendly food, vegan, diabetes-friendly food. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner they eat here.
Okay.
And then we
For
exercise
2
with
weeks-
them
for 2 weeks.
for 2 weeks.
Okay.
Okay? So then we teach them how to exercise properly. We have our own gym that has all brand new equipment in it. LDS Charities was kind enough to donate us a new gym. So they are able to exercise in there for free whenever they want to. And we have an exercise coordinator that comes in and teaches the class. And then in the evenings, we do health lectures and we do a cooking school. Because it's very important that they get used to cooking with food that's healthy for them. You know, your average diet out here for a kid is ramen with Kool-Aid.
Typical U.S. diet for kids. Ramen and Kool-Aid.
Yes, yes.
College kid diet.
And you'll see it all over the islands here.
Really?
Horrible diets. Sodas instead of water, ramen and Kool-Aid, donuts for breakfast.
So Tanner, let me ask you, at what age do you start seeing diabetes?
You see it in significant numbers when you start to get into your 20s.
20s.
Yes. But that number, sadly, is getting younger and younger each year.
Because of the diet.
Because of the diet. The body simply isn't able to compensate anymore with all the junk food that they're feeding it. So let me show you the rest of the wellness center here.
Okay.
Keep going through here. This is really cool. This is the hospital's kitchen services here.
The hospital cooks in the wellness center.
Right, the hospital cooks in the wellness center. And if you look over here, you can see them. We have the plexiglass up so we can keep an eye on them.
Now, how's that work? You guys cooking different kinds of diets?
We actually are cooking about the same type of diet now.
How's that happen?
It changed about 2-3 years ago.
I know hospital food.
Right, you have this stereotypical hospital food, you know, we're all familiar with, that's bland and tasteless and not at all healthy for you. And that's what they used to serve here. About 3 years ago, that all changed, where they moved in with us from the hospital kitchen, while the hospital kitchen gets renovated. And that gave us an opportunity to help them out.
You just kind of did a little evangelism, isn't
We
it?
did. We did a little sneaky evangelism with them, and we said, okay, we'll help you guys out serving diabetes-friendly food, because you know most of the patients in the hospital are, of course, diabetic. So we trained their cooking staff to cook wellness food. And then we have the gym back in here.
Wow, this is nice.
Yes, this is all new equipment. LDS Charities donated all of this to us, and we run aerobics classes, we run classes for women, classes for men. This is one of the only free gyms on island. Normally you would pay at least $25 a month for a gym membership out here, which, you know, compared to the States is a little cheaper.
So this becomes another way to invite islanders in and then start training them on other health.
Exactly, and exercise is a big part of the health message. I mean, you had the diet, which is huge, but you got to get the physical activity too.
Now, I understand there's more to this center than what you've shown me so far. Is there more to her?
Yes, definitely. We want to take you out to the gardens. The hospital has spaces in between the wards, and they were kind enough to let us use them as gardens to show people how food can be grown, even on a sandy, soily atoll that is
It's kind of exciting.
environment.
You've just kind of occupied the hospital from all aspects, haven't you?
We did.
Fantastic.
It's a partnership. So let me introduce you to the Madro Agroforest. Now, if you're not,
Looks like a forest of banana trees.
well, they do spread.
Okay.
But agroforestry, if you're not familiar with it, is basically growing a jungle of sorts. You're growing low-level crops, mid-level crops, and then obviously your larger crops like your bananas.
Okay.
So we started this kind of funny in 2015, and then immediately got hit by a big drought. So everything kind of stayed dormant for a while, but it's taken off, as you can see, since then.
You got figs also.
Oh, this is papaya?
Oh, that's papaya.
Yeah,
Oh,
these
they
are
look like
papaya.
figs almost. All right.
They do, don't they? These are all different types of bananas here.
And we're stepping over cucumbers.
Yep, we're stepping over some cucumbers. We have, I believe it's 7 different varieties of local banana trees growing in this agroforest.
Really?
Even like the dead leaves from the branches, we use that as compost in the school garden program that we run.
Okay.
So we use everything that we can out of here. And then if you want to come down here,
I've got to ask you, what's the vine on the ground all over?
this is sweet potato.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Not many people know too that you can actually eat the leaves on the sweet potato.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, they're very good for you.
So things grow quite well here.
They grow very well here.
Now, why do you, I guess the real question, and you may have touched on it, but why are you doing all of this? What, and you're, again, at the hospital situation. What's the reason?
The reason is twofold. One, we want to give this as an example to everybody in the Pacific that, you know, gardening doesn't have to be your stereotypical row of vegetables that you have out there. You can literally plant a forest, an edible forest, in your backyard.
And everybody, most everybody has a little bit of backyard?
Not downtown area, but out of town here, yes. Yeah, you gotta check out this tree. Just try a leaf of this thing and tell me what you think.
Eat a leaf of the tree?
Eat a leaf of the tree. This is
Okay.
my pride and joy out here. Tell me what that tastes like.
Yeah, that's garlic.
Right.
Garlic.
This is a garlic tree. Okay, so if you don't have any fresh garlic available,
I'm going to stink all day. That is something else.
you can use this in its place. You can grind this up, you can put it into a soup, put it into a salad, whatever you want, and it'll taste like the garlic.
Yeah, that's absolutely astounding.
It is. I love this thing.
The agricultural people wouldn't let me carry it through, but
No, you can't. But get this. This has been growing here for 3 years. And it stays just about this size.
wow. And you keep picking leaves off
Yep.
of it, and it
Keep
just
picking leaves off of
regrows the leaves.
it. Keeps going back. It also has a really beautiful, sweet-smelling flower.
I see you got some other herbs down
yes.
here.
So this cactus over here, this is dragon fruit.
Ooh, yeah, I love
So I know
dragon
you've
fruit.
probably seen dragon fruit in the stores.
Yeah, it's like $5 for one dragon
Yeah,
fruit.
very expensive, true. Well, there's a reason for it. It's very hard to grow and very slow growing. So this has been growing, this particular one, for about a year. The one we have down there, that's been growing for 3 or 4 years now and has yet to flower.
So nothing yet.
Nothing yet.
Historically, about how long does it take to?
It really should be flowering very soon.
Okay.
In this environment, it's a little trickier. So,
Now, it gets a blossom and then finally a fruit?
right, you're gonna have, out here in the Marshall Islands, it's a little different than in the other countries where you have pollinators. You know, like in the States, you have a bee that can pollinate for you. We don't have any bees here.
No bees?
No bees.
At all?
We have a black wasp. That's it.
That doesn't sound very good.
He's not very good at pollinating. So we have to do it for him.
Okay.
So we'll come, and in dragon fruit case, the flowers open at night. So we would pollinate at night.
Come out here with what, a paintbrush? or
Yes.
Something?
Yeah, in dragon fruit's case. Other cases you would use.
You go buzz, 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 just
Yeah.
to make him feel good?
Other cases, like a tomato would be similar. You would use a paintbrush.
Yeah. Okay. So you have to do that with tomatoes too, since you have no bees?
You can. Tomatoes are nice in that a gentle breeze will actually shake loose the pollen on them.
Okay.
So you don't. It's not too big of an issue. But your cucumbers and your melons, you gotta do it.
For every cucumber and melon?
Every cucumber and melon. If
Wow.
you want a good harvest, you gotta pollinate by hand.
Wow.
Well, let me show you another garden we have
Okay.
out here. So this is our main supply garden, so to speak. We grow a lot of cucumbers, eggplants, tomatoes, and we try and utilize all natural, local methods. So one of the things I'm talking about is, as you can see, we take coconut husks, which are excellent fiber water retainers.
And everybody can find them.
And everybody can find them, yes. There are a ton of them on island. So we line all the beds with coconut husks, and it helps keep the moisture in, and it helps break down and fertilize the plants.
Now, speaking of fertilizer, do you use anything else for fertilizer?
Yes, we do. We use what's called copra cake. Now, copra is the major export of the Marshall Islands, and copra cake is like what's left over at the end of that process, but it's very healthy for plants. So we just have the entire garden plowed, and then we add in bags of copra cake.
And I assume it's fairly inexpensive too.
It's $1 a bag,
$1 a
and the
bag.
bags are about 40 pounds each.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you get a good bang for your buck.
All right.
But this one, we're going to use this garden when the food concession trailer comes out.
Food truck. Tell me a little bit about the food truck.
Right. So for years, we've been trying to help the Marshallese increase their access to fresh produce that's at an affordable price that they can, get to. So, your average income out here is about $3 an hour. So there's not a whole lot that you could buy at a supermarket when the price of one cucumber is, $12.
Hold it.
$12 for
$12
one
for a cucumber?
It's $4 a pound.
Seriously.
Yes.
So nobody eats cucumber. Hardly.
No Marshallese eats cucumber, really. Yeah,
Wow.
they can't afford them.
So when you grow cucumbers here, I mean, this is a delicacy also to
Right,
show people a change of diet.
right, and we sell them at $1 per pound.
Oh, wow.
So now, what was out of reach for you before, you can afford.
So you're a real magnet, as it were, in a lot of ways.
Yeah. And so what we're gonna do is we have funding from New Zealand to buy a food concession trailer. Now this thing, you know, picture a kitchen on wheels,
Okay.
right? And then we're going to take this guy out to all different areas on Madro and use the produce we have from this garden and the produce we get from Laura Farm, and we're going to sell it at cost.
Which is way below what
Way below the market. So we'll be able to provide healthy food to the communities that are in need the most.
this is beautiful. These,
Thank you.
you'd mentioned to me while we were coming over here that you hand pollinate all these.
Yes, this is cucumber that we're growing here, and you do have to hand pollinate since there are no active pollinators in the Marshall Islands like you would have in other countries. So our guys literally come out here every day and look for and find the female flowers and pollinate with the male flowers.
Every single day.
Yeah, you have to do it every single day until they swell. What you'll notice is you've successfully pollinated it if the female flower closes up in a day and then the back of it swells up. That's
You
a
know you're-
successful pollination. Until then, you keep going at it. And then what's interesting is in this row and in the row behind it and the other ones you see in the background here, we had a lot of trouble with some micronutrient deficiencies, like, you know, your potassium, your phosphate, and your nitrogen are key. And some of the soil out here is lacking in those. So what we did is a little local trick. We went down to the fish factory and bought a 5-pound bag of basically fish guts, along with some chunks. And we dug a trench in between here and put them in.
You and the Native Americans.
And then pile,
Yeah.
and then pile it
Alright.
in. And there's the result. Everything is green and growing very well and producing.
You were telling, those are cucumbers too, those monsters?
These guys are cucumbers. Let's go check these
personally,
guys
I've
out.
never seen leaves that big.
Yeah, this is the effect of that fertilization, you know. Now the guys just harvested earlier today, but I bet we can find one in here. But this guy, this is only maybe 2 months growth at the most.
2 months.
Yeah, and you
those-
can
those
see
things are just-
already.
Look at that, those things are huge.
Yeah. And they're growing all over. They're looking for more space. We could probably put another trellis up here and it'd go even higher.
So we're looking for cucumbers, huh?
Yeah. Let's see if we can find anything. Here's one.
Oh, yeah, I see one here too. Do you pick them
Yeah,
in there
and
this,
there's
this
one
size
down there
though?
too.
Do you pick them at that size? Or you let them get
No,
bigger?
no. I let them get, I'll show you on this side here.
Oh, I see a big one over there.
Yeah, I see that. And we probably got more on this side too. Where'd he go? There he is. This guy. This guy's big enough we can pick.
Now, when you pick them that size, they're not pithy or hollow inside at all.
No, actually, the thing is if you let them get super big, they'll lose that nice cucumbery taste to them.
Okay, more watery.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So this size, you're gonna get a really great flavor out
Now
of.
from over here, I can see a lot more in there.
Yeah. They pick them every day.
All right.
And cucumbers, the beautiful thing about a cucumber is this guy will grow to this size in a week or two, tops. They grow extremely fast. So yeah, that's
right.
our cucumber harvest.
Yeah, it's funny. We were looking for something. Now I see them all over the place.
Yeah, I do too. So we'll be harvesting all this week, basically.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
There is so much more on Impact to come. Stay tuned.
The 3 biggest killers in the islands of Micronesia are heart disease, stroke, and diabetes. Canvasback has tackled these issues head-on by establishing a wellness center on the atoll of Madro. People there eat very few vegetables. Now, thanks to Canvasback, islanders are learning how to grow gardens in their backyards and to exercise. The lifestyle changes have been so remarkable, the government invited Canvasback to write an entire curriculum for the public school system. Now the lives of the children are changing too, and our trained neighborhood health teams travel the island to monitor glucose levels, heart rate, and blood pressure. It's not uncommon to discover glucose levels of 500 to 600. These people are taken to the hospital, and once stabilized, the team begins the education process to reverse their diabetes. That's right, reverse their diabetes. Many island nations are asking us to come over and help them. With your financial help, many more islanders can experience good health.
Not only does Canvasback specialize in medical and dental teams to help those in great need of healing, but we also work to reverse the epidemic of diabetes among the population. It's the #1 killer in the Marshall Islands. We are utilizing every means at our disposal to combat this deadly disease. We are working to lead people back to a healthy diet, free from so many foods that are major players in diabetes and heart disease. We are training and sending out neighborhood teams to detect health problems early and then offer them solutions that work. We're making tremendous progress, but your help is needed. The program has been highly successful, but we must expand, and that takes money. The needs are great, but the solutions are simple. Early detection and teaching with love the basic principles of health that move people toward a healthy lifestyle. I do hope you will financially join us in helping to eradicate diabetes, the #1 killer in the Marshall Islands and beyond.
To be a part of this exciting ministry, write us at Canvasback Missions, 940 Adams Street, Suite R, Benicia, California, 94510. You can also log on to canvasback.org or call us at 707-746-7828. Thank you for watching. Please join me again for another exciting island adventure. Remember, Canvasback is making an impact on hearts and lives, one miracle at a time.